Welcome to St. Petersburg in Russia for this FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 qualifier between Russia and Iceland. This is game day 2 here in Group H, and both these teams entered today's game after picking up wins in their opening qualifier on Friday night. For Russia, it was a 3-point win over Italy, whilst Iceland pulled off an impressive 2-point road win over the Netherlands. Here's the table as it stands. Russia and Iceland top of the table. That's the game we've got ahead of us. And then Group H will close out later this evening when Italy welcome Netherlands. 2 big games ahead of us here in Group H today. Remember, there are 12 berths available at the 2023 World Cup that are up for grabs here in Europe. 32 teams fighting it out in this first round. Trying to make it through. Good to see some fans back in the stands. Obviously going to be limited numbers still, but any fans being able to enjoy the action on the court is definitely a bonus. 8.5 minutes away from the opening tip. On-court entertainment, getting the fans ready for the action. Players ready to be introduced to the crowd. And both of these teams would love to leave the first qualification window with a perfect 2-0 record. Russia might have expected it maybe a little bit more than Iceland did. Iceland now being introduced to the arena. They're ranked 25th in Europe, so most people would consider them to be outsiders to gain a qualification spot. However, the country of just 366,000 people, they seem to be able to step up and challenge some of the bigger nations on a regular basis. Coach Peterson continues to impress by bringing together these squads that gel really quickly and play some great team basketball. Iceland have never qualified for the World Cup and missed out on qualification for Eurobasket next year, but to be honest, you'd need to be a little bit crazy to write them off, and I'm sure Russia will not underestimate them today.
Head coach Craig Pedersen, assistant coach Baldur for Ragnarsson, healthy for Wilhelmsson.
Coach Pedersen certainly does know how to bring a roster together. His team will be ready to go. They battled for the full 40. Now for Russia, well, they've only failed to qualify for 2 World Cups. That was back in 2006 and 2014. Expectations are that they will be at 2023 World Cup in Asia next year. Well, in 2 years' time, sorry. They've also got 2 World Cup silver medals in the trophy cabinet, both of those in the 90s, 94 and 98. They finished 12th in China 2 years ago. And they'll want to build towards a potential medal challenge at the 2023 World Cup. They're ranked 11th in Europe at the moment. Qualification is expected, but it's not going to be an easy feat. European basketball is going from strength to strength. But their win over Italy on Friday will have calmed some nerves, given this roster some extra confidence heading into the game, as Coach Lukic has a final word with his coaching team. We'll now break in the commentary for the national anthems for both Iceland and Russia. Iceland's national anthem will be first.
Уважаемые дамы и господа, исполняется государственный гимн Исландии. Please stand up for the national anthem of Iceland.
исполняется государственный гимн Российской Федерации.
Two great renditions of the national anthems for Iceland and Russia. Both teams now enter their final preparations. We see the coaching staff, Coach Lukic and Coach Peterson, just shaking hands before they go to battle against one another. Very different styles of coaches. Here are your officiating crew for this evening: Alexander Glisic, Sinisha Perpa, and Petar Hrusha from Serbia and the Czech Republic, respectively. Strong officiating crew for what should be a great game of international basketball. Some young fans in the stands. They're going to be entertained here today by two teams that are unbeaten, won their first games of the qualifiers. Yeah. Russia will enter the game still as favourites, though. But still to see the full strength of this Icelandic roster. Here's your starting five: Steinarsson, Gudmundsson, Fredriksson, Arcox and Klenarsson. Plenty of talent coming off the bench as well for Coach Peterson to work with. As for Russia, pressure's slightly more on them. No one expects of Iceland except themselves, whereas Russia, it's a fair bit of expectation for them to start getting back to the top of the sport. Here's your starting five for Russia. It's Antonov, Strebkov, Astakovic, Toropov and Zaitsev. That's a strong starting five and could challenge any nation in these European qualifiers. Only coming off the bench for Coach Lukic as well. A very intense coach with a tough discipline. Coach Pedersen at the other end of the floor, looking quite relaxed. Whilst Lukic with the usual intensity. Under a minute now until the opening tip-off here. Expect Iceland to try and play high tempo, push the ball if they can. And we imagine Russia will be happier slowing the game down, turning it into a bit of a half-court battle. One concern for Coach Peterson is going to be he only ran an 8-man rotation against the Netherlands. They came away with the win. I'm not sure 8 men are going to be enough to turn over Russia tonight. Russia played all 12 of their roster in their win against Italy. The start is going to be critical for both these teams. Russia will want to try and knock some of the confidence out of Iceland early if they can. Whereas Iceland will try and put some energy into the early stages to see if they can open up an early lead. 05's coming to the floor. And just a quick reminder, if you want to follow along with all the World Cup qualifiers, best way to do so is to download the official FIBA World Cup qualifiers app, available on iOS and Android. Keeps you up to date with everything you need to know about these games. So get your phones out and get that downloaded now. Action underway here in St. Petersburg. Game day 2 of the World Cup qualifiers. Russia against Iceland. Top of the table clash. Both teams would love to leave the first qualification window with a perfect 2-0 record. Fredriksson almost having it stolen away. Munson now moves it to Arcox. Goes inside, doesn't get the score. No one crashing the offensive glass at all for Iceland. It looked like they presumed they'd got the score. Zaitsev now to Toropov. Good spacing here by Russia, creating the space they need to operate. Pass looked to go inside to Toropov, but Klenarsson kicks it away. That will reset the shot clock back up to 14. Good footwork by the big man. Catch and shoot for Strebkov. Drops the 2 on his first try. Steinarsson to Arcox. To Fredriksson. Sorry, to Gudmundsson. Stolen away. Toropov getting in the passing lane well. Astapkovic gets the score. And Russia out to an early 4-point lead. Steinarsson now beats it inside to Klenarsson. Can just about hold on to it, but has to throw it away. Astapkovic there to steal it away. Wide open on the outside. Shot is way off from Antonov. He's not going to get an easier 3 than that. 90 seconds in. Iceland yet to score. Fredriksson now. Looks to feed it inside to Klenarsson. Clearly Iceland keen to play the pick and roll with the big man. Klenarsson standing 2 meters 15. Makes him 8 centimeters taller than the tallest Russian player. And I'm sure they'll try and make that pay. Fredriksson now with Klenarsson. Crafty dribble, passes to the wing. Gudmundsson goes inside, hands it off. Almost stolen away. Shot clock's going to expire on Christopher Arcox. That'll be another turnover for Iceland. They certainly need to protect their possession today. Not done so far. Zaitsev now hands it off to Toropov. Back to Strebkov. Pulls up for the 3. No joy with that shot attempt. Neither team flying in the first 2 minutes of this game. Defense ruling the roost, and another steal. That's a phenomenal start for Russia. Defensively, they're putting on the pressure, and Iceland are coughing possession up pretty easily right now. If they want to win the game, they're certainly not going to be able to just give away possession so thoughtlessly. Zaitsev now, guarded by Fredriksson, goes down to Toropov. Hands off to Strebkov. He can't hold on to that, though, and it's Russia's turn to turn the ball over. Steinarsson hands it off, but Arcox can't hold on to possession, and once again another turnover for Iceland. Turnover number 5 of the game, and you've hardly played 2.5 minutes of the game. Zaitsev now moves it back to Antonov. Toropov gets the score. Russia's lead extended out to 6. Iceland really do need to get their offense started soon. Gudmundsson. Steinarsson feeds Klenarsson in the low post. That's a nice pass from Klenarsson. Catch and shoot from the corner is no good, though. Strebkov now. Spins to the baseline, hands it back out. Toropov for three. Oh, that's a big shot. And you can see Coach Lukic is happy. Timeout's been forced upon Coach Peterson, really. His team trail by 9, offering nothing on the offensive end. He needs to change things up and change things up in a hurry. Otherwise, the game could be over before he knows it.
Hey, listen.
Let's listen to the Icelandic huddle.
Okay, so Elvar, Trygvi's here. Kristo, you're here. Jon Axel, you're here. Elvar, come out hard this way. So they're chasing. Fake it, into Trygvi, cut back door, Jon Axel lift up. If you get it on the cut, if they rotate from here, Kristo look to cut. Okay? Then after that, some two chests, we get some movement going. All right?
Completely focused on the offensive end in that timeout, Coach Peterson. No real surprise. His team haven't scored in the first 3 minutes and 18 seconds of this one. They've shipped 9 points at the other end, and Toropov closed out that play with the 3. Let's see if the changes that Iceland make will impact the game. They need to, and pretty quickly. Fredriksson to inbound. Klenarsson hands it on the backdoor cut to Fredriksson, but the door was closed on him. Drives inside, tries to scoop a shot up, but it's completely off target. Zaitsev now brings it up over the half for Russia. Chance for them to claim a double-digit lead. Zaitsev drives inside, loses the handle, but it will remain Russian ball. Strebkov uses the screen well, kicks it back out. Catch and shoot opportunity is short for Antonov. Out at the races for Steinarsson. No good. I think transition offense is going to be a key for Iceland. I said it in the build-up. They need to increase the pace. Into the corner. Strebkov nails the triple. And Russia are dominating the first 4 minutes of this game. They lead by 12. Klenarsson now hands it back to Steinarsson. Nice pass inside. That foul's going to be called on Toropov, and it's clear that Russia know that Klenarsson could be the biggest problem for them. That's why they're locking down on him. They're willing to put the foul on him as well. Here's the play before a kick out and the triple from Strebkov on the wing. Change for Russia as Toropov comes out. In comes Ivlev, their veteran big. Alcox has come out for Iceland, and Olafsson has come into the game. Kulagin is also into the action for Russia now as well. Ball into Astapkovic in the low post. He's looking to go to work. Spin move, pass around the corner. Blocked by Klenarsson. Well knocked away by Klenarsson. That was going to be a 2. It's a smart move by the big man. Knocking it off the iron. Sometimes you forget that Klenarsson is just 24 years of age. I remember commentating on him back in 2017 when he played in Eurobasket, and Iceland were, although they didn't make it through the group stage, certainly pushed a lot of teams to the wire in Helsinki. Komalov, no good. Oh, nice rebound. One hand flies up high. Gudmundsson pulls it down. 5 minutes gone. Iceland still to score. Steinarsson uses the Klenarsson screen, dives inside, tries to hand it off. It's another turnover. Astapkovic out at the races. Offensive foul is going to be called on him. That's just good defense. And you could tell by his body language that he wasn't going to stop for anything or anyone. So Gudmundsson takes the stand. And clearly Astapkovic is creating the contact there. Drops his shoulder into him. Good call by the officials. Gudmundsson now waiting for the screens in front of him. Olofsson trying to find space, nothing there. They're going to work on Klenarsson again. He's got the mismatch, but it's being fronted, so they can't get him the ball. And that's going to be another turnover for Iceland. And things just keep going from bad to worse for the Icelandic team. Turnover number 9, and we are 5.5 minutes into the game. You wouldn't expect... You'd be happy if you got away at the end of the game between 10 and 15 turnovers. You'd maybe accept it. We're at 9 and we're only an eighth of the way through the game. Oh, stolen away. Quick hands by Steinarsson. Foul's going to be called, though, as Ivlev... Kulagin was trying to post him up. Yeah, easy call for the officials, just across the wrists. Third team foul of the quarter on Iceland, and there's Coach Peterson and his coaching staff, and it really is down to them to make some changes to affect the flow of this game. Ilnitsky's come in for Russia as well. Astapkovic headed out. Kulagin gets the first of his, as we say, the legend that is Andrei Kirilenko courtside. And he gets the second to go as well. Russia's lead now at 14. Klenarsson looking to hand it off. Nothing there at the moment. Hands it back in the end to Jonsson. Almost stolen away by Russia. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. And the Russian defense is almost impenetrable at the moment. They're rotating and switching exceptionally well, which is keeping the Icelandic team a long way away from the bucket. Steinarsson heads to the bench as in comes Fridriksson. Got to get the shot away. Little step back, jumper goes up. Gets the shot away. Klenarsson tries to almost bat it back, but can only knock it into Russian hands. Over 6 minutes gone now, and no Icelandic score. Kulagin at the elbow, comes back out to Zubkov. Zubkov with the three, no good. Rebound pulled down by Fridriksson. Sweep behind the back dribble to create the space. Everything opens up. Oh, if he'd only known, he could have squared for the shot. Pick and roll again with Klenarsson. Nothing there. The lane is closed. Olofsson steps in. Once again, Iceland failed to score on their possession. Ivlev hands it off to Kulagin. Nice pass inside. Ilnitsky gets the score. And Russia are unstoppable right now. A 16-0 lead. With over 7 minutes gone in the first quarter. Klenarsson inside, goes to work, gets the score, and eventually the Icelandic team have broken the seal on the basket. But it's almost taken them 7.5 minutes of the game to do so. Pass inside, Ivlev, no good. Rebound pulled down by Gudmundsson. Foul's going to be called. That time on Ilnitsky. Russia are aware that Iceland are more of a threat in the open court than they are in the half court, so Ilnitsky fouls to slow the game down. Klenarsson will head to the bench. After scoring the first points of the quarter, slightly confused by that change. You found a player that can actually score the bucket, and then you send him to the bench within 20 seconds. Gudmundsson now to Arcox. Shot goes up from deep. That one is short, and rebound falls into Zubkov's hands. Gankovic. Good ball movement here by Russia. Still 11 seconds to work with as well. Zubkov kicks it back out. Kulagin now back out to Ilnitsky. The shot's off target, but the rebound is big from Gankovic. Strong move inside. Komolov doesn't get the score. Another rebound almost tapped back in by Alexander Gankovic this time. Iceland trying to put some pace into the game, but the transition defense from Russia is up to the challenge. Shot clock to 7. Drives inside, shot goes up and is good. That's an important score. As we see Fredriksson doubling Iceland's total. They still trail by 12 though. A little over a minute to play in this first quarter. Ilnitsky moves it back to the top to Kulagin. On the pass, he's a little high from Zubkov. It's a nice thought, but Komolov wasn't going to reach that one. There's the replay. And yeah, the pass was just too high. So turnover ball. Iceland will take possession. Gudmundsson comes out of the game. Jonsson comes back in. Stolen away again. Another turnover for Iceland. This time Kulagin wants to go coast to coast and he's fouled. Cox called for the foul this time. That will send Kulagin to the free throw line. Kulagin rattles home the first of his 2 from the free throw line. Misses the second though. Rebound eventually falls into the hands of the Icelandic team. About a 15-second differential between the first quarter clock and the shot clock. Jonsson now. There's the lob pass. Oh, that would have been a tough finish. Trying to catch mid-air and reverse layup. A little bit too tough for Acox there. Hardly any gap between shot clock and game clock now, so Russia will probably hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Kulagin doesn't look like he's set to pass to anyone, and instead he's going to knock it out of bounds. Quite selfish play there by Dmitry Kulagin. Almost completely ignored his teammates and ended up with no possession. Pass put inside to Fredriksson. Is he going to get a shot away? No, but Olafsson will. Shot goes up. That one's going to come up short, though. And definitely a first quarter to forget for Coach Peterson and his men, for Coach Zoran Lukic. Game plan being executed to near perfection in that first 10-minute quarter. End of the first quarter here in St. Petersburg. Here are the top plays from that first quarter, and the majority of them are going to be Russian plays. That's Strebkov draining the jumper to open the scoring, and unbelievably, Iceland went on a 16-0 run to start the game. That really has put, sorry, Russia went on a 16-0 run to start the game. That really has put Iceland on the back foot. Made a little bit of a resurgence, a 4-1 run that closed out the quarter. But they are struggling offensively. The Russian defense, they're working hard to get back in transition. which is where Iceland would have looked to get a lot of their points. And once they're back, it's a rock-solid Russian defense. It's making it exceptionally difficult for Iceland to create any open opportunities. Offensively, Russia aren't flying, but they're getting the job done. They're on track for nearly 70 points. If you want to follow the stats as we go along, there's your QR code. Get your phones out, scan that, it will take you where you need to be. Second quarter action underway here in St. Petersburg. Game day 2 of the World Cup qualifiers. Russia leads 17-4 over Iceland. Make that 20-4 over Iceland as they score a 3 on the opening play of the second quarter. Jonsson now. Got the switch that he wanted. Fredriksson drives strong to the basket, hands it off to Acox. The pass isn't great. Acox holds onto it. He's tied up with Gankovic. So we'll go with a possession indicator. Which means that Iceland will take possession. That was a replay of the first play of the second quarter for Russia. 2.2 seconds left on the shot clock now for Iceland to work with. Once again, they're going to have to throw a bit of a Hail Mary up. There's the lob. No good. Shot clock hasn't started. It started a bit late. Shot's gone up, and Iceland have come away with it. Fredriksson will bring it back out. It's stolen away. That's good quick hands by Komolov, and he finishes the 2. Long pass to Acox. He's blocked, and he's had a torrid night so far. Really struggled. He's managed to get to the right positions, but has had it knocked away an awful lot. Olafsson's going to be called for the foul. First foul of the quarter. There's the steal from Artem Komolov and the two-handed finish. As we see Ilnitsky head to the bench for Russia. Kamenko in. Komolov now back to Kamenko. Doesn't take the 3, does this time. That's a beautiful fake and an even more pretty 3. Almost another steal. And whichever Russian players enter the floor, they come with the same intensity on the defensive end. Certainly a trademark of Coach Lukic. He was Coach of the Year in the Basketball Champions League last year. Head coach of Nizhny Novgorod. He's enjoying what he's seeing from his team. Bjarnason hands it off, and at last, Acox gets off the shot, gets the score, his first score of the game. His first out of 4 attempts. Astapkovic feeds the low post. Zubkov now. Going to back his way to the basket, does so, and the little running right hand is good. Acox looks a little bit dazed. He took a shot to the face on that play. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh yeah, he does. The trailing arm from Zubkov. No intention at all, really. Let's take a finger to the eye. Bjarnason to Bjarnason gets the score. The introduction of Bjarnason has certainly had an impact on the game. He's increasing the tempo and a bit more of the confidence that the team are playing with. He's 23 years of age, Bjarnason. Jankovic kicks it out, wide open from outside. Zubkov too heavy. Bjarnason again, looking to shake. There's another pass, but he stepped out of bounds to get it. And the tough night at the office for Christopher Acox continues. Acox will head to the line, head to the bench. In his place comes Gudmundsson. Komolov for three. Comes up way short with that one, just manages to take a few coats of paint off the iron. Iceland are starting to get a bit frustrated as Russia continue to try and stop the transition. Komenko called for the foul this time. Icelandic players are asking, at what point is this an unsportsmanlike? I think the officials might go and review this one. If he's been pulled back from behind, then it will be, I think, classified as unsportsmanlike. The officials just saying, let us review the play, and we'll be able to make a judgment from there. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, there's no play at the ball there, that's for sure. He's put his hand into his armpit. There's a replay from the previous play. That's coming up short. And here's the foul. I think Komenko might be lucky if he gets away with this one. Yeah, he's not called on the first one, he's called on the second one. If he was called on the first one, you could say, yep, that's playing at the ball. The second one certainly isn't, though. It's pulling at his armpit. Let's see how the officials call this one. Yeah, an unsportsmanlike foul has been called on Komenko, so that means that Iceland will go to the free throw line. In particular, Fredriksson will go to the free throw line for 2 shots, and they'll take possession as well. Komolov will come out of the game for Russia. Fredriksson hits the first of his 2. One of only a few players plying their trade outside of the Icelandic League in this roster. Plays for Antwerp in Belgium. Connects with both. Scored 16 points in their win over the Netherlands on Friday. Really led the way for them as well in that game. Steinarsson now, back to Fredriksson, open for 3. No good with the shot from range and no one crashing the offensive board, so Zubkov can bring down the rebound pretty easily. Foul's going to be called on Bjarnason. Baseline ball now for Russia. With under 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter, and Iceland certainly look a little bit more comfortable in this second quarter. Nice pass inside and the easy finish for Gankovic. It was all made by the pass. Bjarnason now goes inside to Klenarsson. Wants the ball back again. Klenarsson is looking at the officials, asking when the foul's going to be called. And the answer is now, as Antonov Astapkovic is called for the foul. That's clearly the plan from Russia. They're happy to give up fouls to stop the big man Klenarsson from going to work deep in the paint. Stolen away from Gudmundsson. Astapkovic now. Trying to go to work, spills it instead. Loose ball falls to Olafsson. He throws it away. Are they going to keep it in? A long throw back in. Klenarsson is the man under it for Iceland, though. Gudmundsson looking to use the Klenarsson screen again. Klenarsson established inside. Shot goes up, no good. Foul's going to be called. Steinarsson draws the foul. That one's blown again on Komenko. Yeah, he just pulls on him as he falls to the floor. It's a smart play by Steinarsson. There's the block from the previous play. That's great defense by Thorbjarnarson. Gudmundsson to inbound, does so to Klenarsson. That's a smart pass, little teardrop, uses the glass well. Iger Steinarsson gets the score. His second bucket of the game. Sorry, his first score of the game. Gets himself off the mark. Strebkov comes up short. Rebound falls into the hands of Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson looking to go coast to coast, puts it up, doesn't get the score and clatters into the advertising boards. Foul's going to be called on Ivan Strebkov. Coach Lukic slightly more frustrated in this second quarter with his team's performance. At the moment, Russia have still outscored Iceland 12-8 in this second quarter, but it's not quite the same as the 17-4 demolition you witnessed in the first 10 minutes. First points of the game for Gudmundsson. Hits both of them. Does have 4 rebounds though, but he's 0 from 2 from the field so far. Komenko. Astapkovic goes inside to Gankovic. Astapkovic from way outside, awkward looking shooting style, but gets the shot away. Klenarsson with the big block. Strebkov is going to bring it back out. Smart move really. Wasn't going to stand much chance going up against Klenarsson that close to the bucket. Strebkov free throw line jumper is good, and that's Strebkov's bread and butter all day long for the veteran 2 guard. He had 10 points against Italy, along with 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Gudmundsson now. Steinarsson. Trying to use the handle to create some space, but you have to give Gankovic some credit. He stayed with the play the whole way through. Definitely gave up some foot speed in that defensive assignment. Gankovic for 3. Nails the 3. And that really is, you just turn to your defender and say, you've got to pay me more respect. You're going to have to step up. Klenarsson certainly isn't happy guarding away from the bucket. The missed 3 now from Iceland. 20-point lead, game high 20-point lead for Russia. Traveling violation is going to be called though. A little over 4 minutes to play. Russia will make some changes as we see Kulagin come into the game and Komenko come out. There's the 3 from Gankovic, and you can see Klenarsson nowhere near him. And a wry smile and a salute from Zoran Lukic. He's certainly one of the characters of European basketball, Coach Zoran Lukic. Demands a lot of his players, but also gives them a lot of respect when they deliver. That shot from Olafsson is off target, but will remain Icelandic possession. Pass inside to Palsson, another one of the young stars of Icelandic basketball, just 23 years of age. Palsson plays for Grandavik in the Icelandic League. Apparently a beautiful town in Iceland. See if I can sneak it onto the bucket list. 3:40 remaining in this second quarter now. Russia still lead by 20. There's the lob pass. Wow, that was a high lob pass, but Zaitsev still almost managed to rise high enough to it. Shot goes up early for 3, and once again, Iceland taking shots that they could take later in the shot clock if they wanted. Toropov now going up against Klenarsson. He's going to come back out with it, though. Hands it off to Zaitsev. That's knocked away. Zaitsev uses the glass wisely, gets the score. And Russia in complete control of this game, really sending out a message to the rest of Europe. The time has come maybe for Russian basketball to make their way back onto the podiums of the world's biggest competitions. Gudmundsson looks to slide inside, has to come back out. Throws a bit of a prayer up. Kulagin pulls down the rebound for Russia. Pass inside is kicked away by Olafsson. So it will remain Russian ball on the baseline. Back into the game comes Ilnitsky. Gotta love the outfit, the headwear that fan's got on. Kulagin doesn't take the shot, waves Toropov away, wants a little bit of isolation. Drives strong to the basket, looks to hand it off. Once again, Kulagin isolating wasn't the best result for Russia. Jonsson now brings it up over the half. Klenarsson in the low post. Will the double come down to help? They're looking to clear out for him. He'll go to the right hand, and I think it's a better option for Iceland. Try and get Klenarsson some space, spread the floor, let the big man go to work. Worst case, they're going to have to double or treble down on him, and then you can move the ball. Toropov moves it across to Kulagin now. No look pass into the corner. Shot goes up and is good from Zaitsev. Zaitsev up to 5 points personal. The Russian lead continues to balloon. A 25-point lead now. Under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Jonsson feeds Klenarsson. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Toropov. And the Russians realise that Klenarsson is probably their biggest threat, and that they need to lock him down defensively. One way, I suppose, is to foul him. But how many fouls have they got to give up? Toropov picks up another one. Klenarsson will head to the free throw line now. Klenarsson yet to secure a rebound in this game. That is his 5th point, though. He's 2 from 3 from the field. This is his first trip to the free throw line. Connects with both the free throws. Zaitsev. Shot goes up. That one's no good. Rebound pulled down by Steinarsson. Tries to get the pass away, but it's intercepted by Toropov. He throws it back, though. Fridriksson now, and Iceland will take a little bit of time. Shot goes up very early again in the shot clock. Klenarsson bats it back to Fridriksson. He's fouled on his way to the bucket. Kulagin puts his hand up to accept the foul. Into the final minute now of this first half, and Russia in dominant form, but coach Lukic never eases off. He is intense for the full 40, expecting everything of his team. Wry smile on his face as Toropov heads to the bench again. Fridriksson connects with the first of his 2. He's up to 5 points personal alongside 3 rebounds. Scores the second as well. Ivlev hands it back to Zaitsev. Ball skipped to Kulagin. The shot is good, and that's patient offense from Russia as Antonov drains the three. His first bucket of the night. He's 0 from 4 prior to that attempt. Timeout's been called by Coach Peterson. Under 30 seconds remaining. Let's listen to his huddle.
Actually, let's go 4 down here. Okay, so Elbar on the wing, dribble him out. Elbar go, back screen for Trigby. Trigby slip into the low post. Listen, if he gets caught up in the screen, then just post him up. Okay? And then Elbar step up when it goes into Trigby cut. Okay? Let's see if we get one there. Okay? And then listen, and then if we go down and get the ball back again. Transition ball screen. Okay. And then listen, if you get into the post, keep going into the post and trick me. All right. Good, come.
Yeah. Coach Peterson working hard on the offense for the final play. Well, maybe not the final play, but likely to be the final offense for Iceland. There's slightly over a second differential between the second quarter clock and the shot clock. So Russia will more than likely get another offense ahead of themselves as well. I'm sure that's what Coach Lukic will have been working on at that end. But once again, Iceland looking to use the size advantage that Klenarsson has to create some space, create an offensive opportunity. The double comes up, almost thrown away though. They're into their offense now. Klenarsson has got the post up against Antonov, certainly has the size advantage. Goes strong, looks for the reverse layup. It's going to be pulled down in the end by Zaitsev. Steinarsson's going to get called for the foul. Iceland not in the penalty though. Let's have a look at the replay. And it's just good footwork here by Simon Antonov. Gets the rejection against Klenarsson, and Klenarsson just needs to be a little bit more aggressive. He needs to dictate exactly where he wants to go and use his body size to get there, instead of fading away or being guided away from the bucket. Zaitsev now drives inside, tries to scoop it away. Steinarsson picks it up, but he's not going to get it away before the halftime buzzer sounds. And what a first half for Russia here in St. Petersburg. They have been in dominant form as the halftime buzzer rings around the arena. It's Russia 42, Iceland 18. Here are your shooting stats from that first half. Russia, phenomenal from pretty much every category. Iceland 0 from 8 from outside. It's going to be difficult for them to win games when they don't shoot the ball well from outside. They shot 35% in their last game against the Netherlands. Russia winning the rebounding battle. Russia also playing some beautiful team basketball on the offensive end. Top scorer is Strebkov with 7, Zaitsev with 5, Toropov with 5. For Iceland, Klenarsson and Fridriksson have 6. And Acox has 2. Here are the best plays of that first half, and plenty of Russian plays to go through. Iceland picked up the pace in the second quarter, but certainly struggled in that first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, Russia led this one 17-4, forcing Iceland into so many turnovers. They were at 9 turnovers pretty much at the end of the first quarter. They're now up to 14 turnovers already in the game. That said, Russia have 9 turnovers as well. But that gave them the 13-point lead that they built upon in the second quarter. Russia increased their offensive production in that second quarter. They scored 25, whilst Iceland were able to secure just 14. What a wonderful defensive performance from Russia so far. And it's been played smart. You know, when that man there, Klenarsson, has got hold of the ball, more often than not, they fouled him to stop him scoring. They know he's the biggest threat. The 2 threats that Iceland have are Klenarsson in the paint or running the fast break. And Russia have pretty much completely blocked out both of those avenues for Coach Peterson and his team. Iceland have been left struggling to create opportunities later in the shot clock and forced to give up turnovers like that, as we see Komolov come away and throw it down with 2 hands. Russia firmly in the driving seat with a chance to leave the first qualification window with a perfect 2-0 record. That's a big step forward towards securing qualification for the World Cup in Asia in 2023. As for Iceland, they will have to put on a Herculean performance in the second half if they're to come away with the win here in St. Petersburg. At the moment, they trail by 24 points, with Russia more than doubling the Icelandic offensive output in the first half, but still plenty to play for. Russia could have a meltdown. Iceland could start lighting it up from range. Basketball is one of those wonderful sports that we all love because the flow of the game can change in a heartbeat. But Iceland are going to have to come out in the second half with a different game plan than they had in the first. They're going to have to force Russia to adjust and adapt to them if they're going to come away with the win. But at the halfway stage here in St. Petersburg, Russia lead 42-18. Second half action coming up shortly.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Out, Di Bartolomeo, he'll sidestep, three. He's fouled, he hits the three. What a shot from Di Bartolomeo. How important could that be? Nails the jumper, and we'll head to the line for the bonus.
Poland living a little dangerously, and here they are. It's Hollis just picks the pocket clean and goes up for the two-handed dunk.
Just outside the three-point line eventually. Hands down away and gets to the inside. There to touch the play, but it's wiped away. Well, he's been everywhere so far.
Comes off, they take the ball screen. Clark lifts, nice pass. Oh, down the runway for two. Gabe Olaseni throws it down.
Loose pass from him. And now, in transition. Oh, the rejection! Timed beautifully.
Takes in the leg, gets rejected under the basket. Two rejections and another one. Three, can they make it for? Oh my Lord. Well, right now, the Greek said 4 times, Spiti Mu, this is our house. You are not welcome.
Oh, what a pass! Teodosic finds a wide open Dusan Ristic. Another couple of baskets here, and this one could get interesting. Bacco rolling down the middle, back-to-back dunks for Ismail Bacco. Bacco splits between 2 Serbian defenders.
No options, so they're going to resettle and recycle. Tunja. Oh, what a pass. Larkin gets the easy two, but the ability to pass the ball and move off it.
The German league, here he is putting it up from three-point range, a little bit long. They got a Hurley, and they put it up. Oh, it goes in! What a play! Maybe, just maybe, that'll be the spark for Poland in the fourth quarter. Garbacz, who would not like to do that? They all practice it. You better believe they practice it. And Garbacz knows it. He knows it's in.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Welcome back to St. Petersburg for this World Cup qualifier between Russia and Iceland. There's the leading scorer for Iceland. Klenarsson has 6 points, shooting 2 from 4 from the field and 2 from 2 from the free throw line, but he's been the target of a lot of the Russian defense as he is identified as the main man for Iceland offensively. He's the one big player that could have caused Russia some problems. They put a lot of defensive focus on him, and it has paid dividends in this first half for Russia. Klenarsson's done absolutely everything he can. There's a great pass by Thorbjarnarson to get him open for that score, but they have been few and far between. We expected more going through Klenarsson than we have seen, but Russia have really locked him out of the game, fouling him when they needed to, doubling down on him when they needed to. How will he be able to react in the second half? As for Russia, take your pick. Strebkov is their leading scorer. He has 7 points, 2 from 2 from two-point range, 1 from 2 from outside. And the veteran guard just continues to keep getting it done. He's been impressive throughout the first half, but one of many players in the white of the Russian uniform that has been exceptionally impressive in the game. They've played some great team basketball on the offensive end. That's enabled them to get to 42 points in the first half, but it's the defensive performance that probably will grab the biggest plaudits, holding Iceland to just 18 points. Strebkov with a sweet handle. There's the spin move. Pulls up at the free throw line for the jumper. And look at that form, that's textbook. Young and old in the stands today, enjoying the basketball. Who knows, in a few years' time, we might see that little one wearing the national team jersey. Iceland at the moment, they're leaders in points is Klenarsson. Gudmundsson's leading them in rebounds with 4 rebounds. And the 23-year-old Thorbjarnarson came off the bench, really has had an impact, 2 assists, but it's the energy that he's played with that has probably helped. Gudmundsson has a stat to forget, 4 turnovers in the first half for him. Klenarsson with 2 blocks as well, exactly what we'd expect from the big man. But Iceland really will need to change their offensive structure, in particular in the second half, if they've got any chance of fighting their way back into this one. They trail by 24 at the halfway stage. It is a mountain to climb, and he will be central to them ascending to the summit. But you have a feeling Russia have got Klenarsson's number. What can they do? What can the Icelandic team do to create some space for him? As for Russia, Strebkov leads them in points with 7 points. He's also got 3 assists. Astapkovic is leading the board battle with 4 rebounds. But it has been a full team performance for the Russian team. Toropov 4 steals, but he's also turned the ball over 3 times. So just slightly in a positive balance with Coach Lukic, but not very much. For Russia and for Coach Lukic, the conversation at the half will be more of the same, please, gentlemen. They've got half the job done. Strebkov has used his veteran experience to help them. 7 points, 3 assists, and a rebound. The Nizhny Novgorod guard has been a mainstay within the Russian roster over recent years. And the fans have certainly enjoyed what he's had to show and what the team have given in this first half. Limited numbers in the arena here in St. Petersburg, but those that have been lucky enough to get a ticket have certainly been given a show by the Russian team in the first half. And I do have to find out where she's got that headwear from. Absolutely loving the look, that's for sure. I can find out where that headgear is from. It might go on a late Christmas list for me. A little over 2 minutes to go, and Coach Peterson unusually has called a huddle on the floor with his team. But extreme times call for extreme measures, and nothing more extreme than having your opponent score more than double what you have. And that's Hermansson, and he's the big loss really for Iceland. He scored 27 points but picked up an injury, the guard. Let's listen to the huddles and what the coaches have to say just before the start of the second half.
Ali ti pribjegaš, Vanja. Daj da ga risujemo. Odmah prvom ataku. 2. Vanja, Slava pribjegaje. Idemo 4. Ovaj ovdje. Inače naješ. Nego kak je pribježao Slava Korden. Tako, 5, 4, 4, 45. I odmah pravo ruku. Opa. I odmah diži bounce pass. Zakanča. Ti si mi ukada, odmah samo ide širinu, opa, stavi i čitaj, a ti nego kruha, drive, pull up, ili ser i palači, jasno?
Kind of the referee to show us the new ball that's being used for the qualifiers. Love the new designs on all the balls that they come out from Malton prior to each of the campaigns that we have. Both teams now back on the floor, and this really is for Iceland to change things up. Russia just can carry on as they have been. It's Iceland that need to make a difference, that need to change something about how they're approaching the game, particularly on the offensive end. Has Coach Peterson got the answer? The next 20 minutes of action will tell us. Second half action underway here in St. Petersburg. Game day 2 of the World Cup qualifiers. Russia against Iceland. Russia lead by 24 at the halfway stage in this one. Astapkovic now drives inside, fades back. Jumper is good from him. And Russia pick up where they left off in the first half. They now lead 44-18 over Iceland in what has been an exceptionally dominant performance. Iceland are missing their star guard, Hermansson. He's out injured, had a big game, 27 points on Friday, but he can't play today. Astapkovic for 3. Oh, nails the 3. 5 early points from Astapkovic. The Nizhny Novgorod player just lighting it up early here in the third quarter and extends Russia's lead even further. Oh, nice behind the back pass, well over the head pass actually from Acox. And that comes back to Gudmundsson, who steps in and gets the score. His first field goal of the game. Zaitsev now. The shot is not good for Antonov, but that one will come back out and Strebkov will slow things down and reset it for the Russian team. Astapkovic for 3. Oh, wow, 8 points within the first 90 seconds for Astapkovic, and look at the swagger as he bounces back down the court. Russian lead now up to 30 points. Astapkovic, 10 points. Shot goes up from range, and the score is good for Steinarsson. And at least from Iceland's point of view, the scoreboard is ticking over. If they can just find a defensive alteration, then maybe they can fight their way back in. Zaitsev hits the 2, and at the moment the Icelandic defense is just too loose, giving too much space to on-ball players. Gudmundsson hands it off. Shot goes up. Fredriksson nails the three. And Coach Lukic won't be happy. They did a wonderful job in the first half of completely stopping the flow offensively for Iceland, but Russia are giving space up now. Zaitsev drives inside, kicks it back. Shot is good from range for Toropov. This just seems like a bit of a shootout right now. Both these teams just stepping up to uncontested threes. Fredriksson now being guarded by Toropov. Ball is stolen away by Strebkov. He hands it off. Looked like a travel, nothing cool, and he hands it to Toropov, and Toropov gets the score. Russia out to a game-high 31-point lead now. 3 minutes already gone here in the third quarter. A lightning third quarter that we've had so far. Goodmanson, door closed by Astapkovic. Acox moves it out. Nice little shot fake. Shot goes up. That one's flat though from Goodmanson. Zaitsev tries to drive in. He's bodied out the way. Astapkovic back to Toropov, and Russia will slow it down. Still 10 seconds to work with. Nice pass inside, and Toropov gets the score. He's starting to warm up nicely. That takes him to double digits. He's on 12. Shot goes up from range. No good this time. Long rebound, though, falls back into Icelandic hands. Baseline drive now from Fredriksson. Doesn't get the score, but does draw the foul. That'll earn him a trip to the free throw line. Here's some of the replays from the action so far. That's Strebkov out to Astapkovic to drain the three. And another one. Certainly been on fire. And there's the nice pass inside from Strebkov to get Toropov open. Fredriksson now's the first of his 2 free throws. And the second. Those two take him into double digits. He's up to 11 points now alongside 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Strebkov. Unbelievably, over half of Fredriksson's points have come from the free throw line, but Russia have certainly been happy to give away the fouls rather than the open shot. Strebkov won't score many easier buckets than that one. He's making the most of the time on the floor. If the gap remains the same, I imagine Coach Lukic will rotate his bench considerably. Klenarsson inside, he's fouled. And this has been the tale of the game. As soon as Klenarsson's got the ball in any kind of danger zone, they fouled him. Gankovic is going to get called for the foul. There's the lob pass. They've tried fronting him. He managed to body Gankovic far enough away from the bucket that the lob pass was possible. Steinarsson now. Fredriksson looking for some space. He's got the mismatch. Klenarsson now. Shot comes across, and guess what the Russians do? Once again, they foul Klenarsson. 13th foul of the quarter on Russia. Shot clock was almost expiring at that point, so they'll get a refresh onto the 14. Strebkov just stepping across, making it very clear to the officials that he was fouling him. Klenarsson, this is the first of his 2. Gets the second to go. Russian lead at 32. Klenarsson up to 7 points now. 3 of those have come from the free throw line. He's only scored 2 field goals in the game tonight. Strebkov, there's the lob inside to Gankovic. He manages to just about hold on to it, as does Zaitsev. Ilnitsky, soft right hand, gets the score, and Klenarsson tried to get the block, but it was a smart play. Fredriksson now. Torbjarnarson. And back inside to Finarsson. Fredriksson step back. Great footwork. Shot slightly off target though. Russia will bring it back the other way. Zaitsev now. What a quick game we've had. This third quarter has gone at lightning pace. It really has. 5.5 minutes in. We've hardly seen the clock stop. Then an offensive foul is going to be called on Gankovic. An illegal screen blown for him. Strebkov was trying to use it to its fullest to create some space. Have a look at the replay. Gankovic, yeah, not set. He's turning on the screen and really restricting Steinarsson. And you can tell by that facial expression that Coach Lukic knows it's the right call, but he still doesn't like it. Zubkov back into the game for Russia now. Thorbjørnsen throws it away this time. Zaitsev waits for the screen to come up. Has the mismatch he wants. Ball is inbounded and Olafsson just really switched his brain off for a second, and that's all you need at this level as Ivlev gets the score. Fredriksson now, double crossover, slides inside. Oh, uses the fake beautifully. Creates the space to get the shot up. Shot fake from Ivlev, drives inside, kicks it out. Zubkov, 4-3. A beautiful whip sound, appreciated by Kirilenko, the legend sitting courtside. Olafsson, catch and shoot for 3, no good this time. Strebkov now just wants to play the game at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it's a joy to watch. Trying to force his team to pick up the pace the whole time and play at a high tempo. Olafsson taking Zubkov on his chest as he backs him down. Rebound by Strebkov. Not sure what lunch Strebkov had, but I have a feeling it may have been full of sugar. He's got plenty of energy to put onto the floor. The foul is going to be called. This one's on Fredriksson. Here's the 3 from Zubkov on the previous play. And the wry smile on the coach's face. He's certainly enjoying what he's seeing from his team. They lead by 37 points now. Baseline ball for the Russian team. Zaitsev comes inside. There's the pass. Ivlev manages to hold on to it. Looks at the back door. Oh, that's a beautiful little switch pass. Oh, out to Ilnitsky for the 3. And that's just unselfish basketball from Russia. This is some of the best basketball I've seen the Russian team play in a long while. It really is a signal to the rest of Europe to watch out. Olafsson from the corner nails the 3. He's had a few attempts to get that one to go. He gets one to drop now. Reduces Russia's 40-point lead down to 37. Kulagin waits for the screen to come up from Ivlev. Swings the ball around. Pass now to Ivlev. Mid-range 2 is off left. Rebound falls into the hands of Fredriksson. Once again, the Russian transition defense is spot on. Oh, Fredriksson finds a way through but can't get the score. Zubkov hands it off. Oh, Ilnitsky will get the score. And the Russian team are a thing of beauty at the moment. On the offensive end, they're flowing. Perfectly in sync with one another. Nice pass, easy score. And that's a wonderful cut by Thorbjørnsen. He's saying, have you fallen asleep? Coach Lukic not happy for his team to even take one defensive possession off. Ball thrown inside now for Ilnitsky to go to work. He'll come back out. Another pass inside. Foul's going to be called on Olafsson. And there's a wonderful pass from Kalagin a couple of possessions ago. It really was playing some beautiful basketball right now. Final shot from the free throw line is good for Ivlev. And the second is good to go. Back out to a 39-point lead for Russia now as we enter the final minute of this third quarter. Steinarsson hands it off. Thorbjornsen throws up a long three. Not sure that was their best option, but the young gun with the green light. Zaitsev now moves it to Ilnitsky. Ilnitsky feeds the post. Zubkov trying to back down Olofsson. Fades, jumper is good. And the Russian lead out to 41. About a second and a half differential between the shot clock and the third quarter clock. Zubkov with that was up to 7. Wisely, Steinarsson is going to slow the game down now, run it through to the ends. Little running floater from Jonsson is no good. The half-court shot goes high, hits the backboard, but nothing else. At the end of 3 quarters, Coach Peterson's men have taken a bit of a bruising once again from Coach Lukic's team at the third quarter break. Russia 77, Iceland 36. Here's your shooting percentages. Russia off the charts, shooting 52% from outside, 62% from two-point range. Iceland slightly better from three-point now. It's their free throws that have kept them in it, though. 11 from 12 from the free-throw line. But what a mountain for Iceland to climb. Here are the best plays of that third quarter as Russia continue to exert their dominance on proceedings. They lead 77-36. Iceland's offense starting to warm up, but it's a bit late as the Russian teams continue to dominate because Iceland needed to get their offense flowing and lock down some defensive possessions. And as we can see, they weren't able to do that. Astapkovic scored 8 personal points in about the first 90 seconds of that third quarter, and then the love was spread around his teammates. The likes of Toropov stepping in, hitting the 3, to name but a few. And Iceland now are left trailing by 41 with a quarter to play. It certainly looks like Russia are going to leave this first qualification window with a perfect record. Next qualification window's in February. If you want to stay up to date with all of it, make sure you download the World Cup Qualifiers app, available on Android and iOS. Free to download and gives you everything that you need around these games. Fourth quarter action underway here in St. Petersburg. Game day 2 of the World Cup qualifiers. Russia dominating this one. They lead over Iceland 77-36. 10 minutes left to play. And Acox gets the score. He's struggled today. Not really got to the pace of the game, but gets a score within the first 12 seconds of the restart on the fourth quarter. And will head to the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Zubkov called for the foul. Connects with the bonus from the free throw line. Takes his tally to 5. Kamenko now feeds Kalagin, but it's a poor pass and it's stolen away. Steinarsson slows things down for Iceland. Not But Iceland truly ever slow things down, and Acox now straight away gets the score. Ivlev looking to create some space, feeds a low post. Kulagin going up against Jonsson. That one's batted away. It will remain Russian ball on the baseline. And there's the little, almost fakes the screen and just slips to the basket. It's a good read to get the score. That's going to be a turnover and Iceland will take possession. Steinarsson loses his footing. Foul's going to be called on Komenko. Let's have a look at the replay. Couldn't really see it from that first one. Yeah, it was literally Steinarsson trying to put his foot down and ended up putting it down on top of Komenko's. Second team foul of the quarter for Russia. Into the game comes Kristin Palsson. Out of the action goes for Bjornsson. Ivlev also heads out for Russia. Jonsson now slides inside, uses the glass well to get the score. Shot goes up from Zubkov, but it's off target. The foul's going to be called on Acox as Komenko looked to go to the basket strong. Let's have a look at the replay of the foul. Yeah, there's a huge amount of body. The block was clean, but the amount of body that he connects with here. Oh no, and he's slapped him in the face as well. So it's, yeah, take your pick on which bit of that one you call the foul on. Komenko doesn't get the first to go. Only 3 points to his name. That was one three-pointer earlier on. Played a little over 7 minutes though, so hasn't played a huge amount of time in this game. I imagine as the gap is quite considerable, Coach Lukic might see if he can get the 22-year-old a few extended minutes on the floor. Certainly would be useful for his progression. Jonsson now hands it back to Acox. Acox goes to the basket. Good defense by the Russians. They just really, as soon as anything moves into the paint, they just double team, treble team, and no defense offered by Iceland on that possession as Kulagin just gets the easy score. Shot goes up from Olofsson. That one's eventually pulled down by Palsson. Steinarsson, little fake, has to come back out with it though. Olofsson, corner three, and nails the three. Olofsson's shown that he can certainly shoot it. That's his second three of the game. Only 2 from 7 though. Almost stolen away. Kulagin now looking to shape up against Acox. Feeds it into the hands of Ilnitsky. Rebound pulled down by Zubkov. Kulagin with a little fake. Komenko now. Oh, and that's thrown away by Ilnitsky. Palsson will bring it back the other way for Iceland. Into the hands of Palsson. In and out for 3. 34-point lead for Russia is being maintained. Already 3 minutes gone in this final quarter. Kulagin hands it off to Jankovic. Komenko, little hesitation to draw the foul off Olofsson. Foul on Olofsson. veteran wing. He's had to been, well, kind of been pushed into playing some tough defense, certainly having to go up size-wise. Far more comfortable guarding other wings, but this time through he's being asked to play up a couple of positions. Komenko now loses the handle, stolen away. Arcox now at the races, throws it down with the two hands. A little bit of his frustration taken out on the iron with that play. Kulagin waits for the screen to come across from Zubkov. Little big man, little man game there. Pass inside to Gankovic is stolen away. Steinarsson now brings it up over the half. Cox uses the screen, comes back out to Steinarsson. Russian player is off the floor at the moment as he took a shot to the face. Shot goes up, no good. Cox pulls down the rebound, and Iceland will go again. Halson now. Shot clock down to 4. Steinarsson, right hand, no good. 5.5 minutes to play. 32-point lead for Russia. Kulagin waits for the screen to come across from Gankovic, pulls the trigger on the 3. No good, and Cox grabs the rebound, his 4th of the night, along with 9 points. Nice pass inside. That takes Cox to double digits. Shot put up by Zubkov, drains the 3. He takes his point scoring up to double digits, 10 points and 7 rebounds. A great shift from Andrei Zubkov. That one's thrown away, so Russia will take possession back. That's the previous play. Arcox just running straight into Zubkov. Zubkov seemed to think there was a foul. Didn't seem so from where we were. Timeout's been called here. Under 5 minutes to play. Russia lead this one 83-50. See if we can jump into this Icelandic huddle and hear what Coach Peterson has to say.
Okay, we'll run 2. Okay, we'll do it like this. Yeah, we come off. We enter it, pop it back, set the flare, let it develop, come over and slip. Okay, come over and slip. Come over and slip. If it's not there, try and enter to the wing, into the post, and then split screen and slip. Okay? Okay. We're just running.
As you can see, Russians have been relentless in this game, shooting over 50% from 3, 59% from 2. Partly due to slightly relaxed Icelandic defense within certain phases of the game. They certainly haven't been at the level they need to be to win this level of a game, as we see a replay of Arcox throwing it down in transition. .437 remaining in the game. A 33-point lead for Russia. Pass inside, quickly skipped into the hands of Komalov. No good. Rebound pulled down by Olnitsky, but he's going to get called for the foul. Martin Hermansson sitting on the bench, scored 27 points in their win over the Netherlands. And with him absent, it really has been almost a mountain to climb before the game even tipped off. He's that influential for this team. Coach Peterson has worked with the players he's got. At times they've shown that they can stay at this level, but after such a poor start, it was always going to be difficult. There's a big 3 from Jonsson. Brings Russia's lead down to 30, and I'm sure Coach Peterson will have set them a number. They may not come away with the win here today, but it'll set them a number in the final few minutes to try and strive to achieve. 4 minutes to play. That's the third team foul of the quarter for Iceland. As we see Jankovic to try and go to the basket, and again, take your pick on who the foul's going to be called on. That one's on Henningsen. The score is good, but it's going to get waved away. Let's have a look at the replay. Henningsen takes the charge. Jankovic turning the ball over on the offensive foul. Henningsen's first moments on the floor, plays for Stjarnan in the Icelandic League, just 21 years of age, another one of the future stars of Icelandic basketball on show. Always good to get experience at a young age, especially against a team as good as the Russians. Gudmundsson now has to hand it off to Pálsson. Pálsson will put the shot up as the shot clock expires, and he'll nail the three. 23-year-old Pálsson getting the job done for Iceland. Starting to make the scoreline a little bit more respectable for the Icelandic team. And remember, points difference could be absolutely critical in this qualifiers, and the shot goes up from Zubkov. He drains another long bomb. 13 points, 7 rebounds for Zubkov. It was just a 2, so he's up to 12. And Pálsson with another big shot from way outside. Pálsson up to 9 points now, 3 from 5 from the field. Jankovic hands it off. Ilnitsky. Foul's going to be called on Pálsson. Pálsson continues to battle. Takes the charge from Komenko. There's the 3 from him in the previous play. Back-to-back triples for him. There's the one before. Closely guarded by Komenko as well. Gets the score. He'll take some confidence from this, and these are the bonuses that Iceland can take from this performance as we see Strebkov come back into the action. Rested for quite a while. He'll bring some energy to it. Komenko goes to the bench. Backdoor pass. Oh, there's the alley-oop finish for Zubkov. Wonderful pass. Strong finish. Ball comes back out. Henningsen feeds it down low inside to Nathanielson. His first taste of the action. And that one's just thrown away by Strebkov. Ilnitsky not going to grab hold of that one. 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. 28-point lead now for Russia. 17th turnover of the game for the Russian team, and I'm sure that will be part of the conversation that Coach Lukic has with his team. Yes, they put in a great performance, but there's definitely areas they can continue to improve. Let's get past Henningsen now. Takes the jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down by Zubkov. Strebkov feeds it back to Jankovic. Ilnitsky again tries to progress. 3-on-1 break now for Iceland. Strong move to the basket by Gudmundsson. Final 90 seconds of the game, and Iceland have certainly rallied in this fourth quarter, trying to make it a respectable score. They've outscored the Russian team 25-10 in this fourth quarter. Make that 25-13 as Strebkov drains the jumper. In fact, 25-12, just the 2. Gudmundsson is fouled by Jankovic. That will send Gudmundsson to the line for 2 free throws. And it's understandable that a team, when they're so far ahead as Russia were entering this final quarter, they would take their foot off the gas. But I'm sure Coach Lukic is slightly concerned that they've been outscored by 15 points by Iceland in this final quarter. Because the players on the floor are the players that built the lead. He hasn't moved down to some juniors, some inexperienced. He's continued to keep the same guys rotating in and out of the floor. Both are good from the free throw line. 26-point lead now for Russia. Strebkov progresses it up over the half. He's guarded by Jonsson. Hands it off now. Elnitsky has that one knocked away by Nathanielson. Strong move to the basket. Paulson trying to put it all on the floor. Definitely taking his opportunity. Strebkov now being guarded by Paulson. Takes an elbow to the face. An offensive foul is going to be called on Strebkov. Paulson is on the floor holding his nose and his chin. He looks all right though. And he's drawn the offensive foul off Strebkov. Be an Icelandic ball. We're going to look at the replay to see if it should be upgraded to unsportsmanlike. My personal opinion is it shouldn't, but we'll wait to see what the officials think. It's always good to try and second guess the officials here. Yeah, they've upgraded it to an unsportsmanlike foul. That will send Paulson to the line for shots. And Iceland will get possession as well. 36.3 seconds remaining. Paulson, a little bit dazed, heads to the free throw line. Not sure that Coach Lukic necessarily agrees with the call. With his team so far ahead with next to no time on the clock, I'm not sure he's going to argue the fact. Connects with both free throws, and Iceland will take possession now as well. .36 seconds remaining. And Iceland have done well in this final quarter to try and make the scoreline far more respectable than it would have been otherwise. Paulson now, that's a nice pass inside. That's a strong move, but he's put a bit too much on it, Thorbjornsson. Strebkov now. Looking for options in front of him, nothing there. Shot clock's down to 8. Shot goes up from outside. No good. Rebound pulled down by Nathanielson. Second ball of the game for him. Now into the hands of Thorbjornsson. Paulson for 3. Comes up short, and that will be the end of the game here in St. Petersburg. A dominant display from Coach Lukic and his team. A tough game for Coach Peterson. Final score here in St. Petersburg, Russia 89, Iceland 65. That closes out this qualification window for both these teams. There were the shooting percentages from the game. Russia just letting things slide slightly in the final quarter, particularly from distance, but still exceptionally impressive. They dominated the rebounding battle. They played some wonderful basketball, 27 assists for their 89 points. Iceland definitely improved as the game progressed, but that first quarter cost them. Leading scorer Zubkov with 14, Todopov 12, Strebkov 11. For Iceland, it's Fridriksson with 13, Acox with 11, and Palsson chipping in late with 8 points. Here are some of the best plays from the second half of action. And it was the third quarter that once again was dominated by Russia. They outscored Iceland 35-18. That final quarter, the Russians took their foot off the gas a little though. And Iceland certainly did their best to make it a far more respectable score. Iceland outscored Russia 29-12 in the final quarter. That's what's given us our 89-65 final score, meaning Russia finished the first qualification window top of the table. 2 wins, no losses. Russia will walk away after a 3-point win against Italy and a considerable 24-point win against Iceland here. As for Iceland, they'll walk away 1 win, 1 loss. They had a 2-point win on the road to Netherlands, but this road game against Russia was a step too far, particularly missing their star guard, Hermansson. He scored 27 against the Netherlands, out injured for this game, and they really didn't find a replacement to step in and pick up the slack, and pick up the scoring. And the Russians really just ran riot. All started in the first quarter when the Russians started the game with a 16-0 run. They've had 4 players end up in double digits, scoring Zubkov 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists and 2 steals. 12 points, Todopov, 11 points for Strebkov. He's also got 4 rebounds, 6 assists and 2 steals. And Astapkovic also with 10 points and 4 rebounds. As for Iceland, they struggled in the first half to get any scoring going. Their top scorer ended up being Fridriksson, 13 points, 4 boards, 4 assists and a steal to his name. And then the only other player in double digits was Acox with 11 points and 3 rebounds. Both of these teams now, their focus will turn to the next qualification window. That happens in late February next year. For Russia, it will be a double header against the Netherlands at home on Thursday the 24th of February before traveling to the Netherlands on Sunday the 27th of Feb. For Iceland, their double header is against Italy. Their first one is at home on Thursday the 24th, then away on the road in Italy on Sunday the 27th of February. So Russia will end the group stages top of the group with a 2-0 win record so far. Iceland at the moment in second place, but depending on how the game between Italy and the Netherlands goes later today, that may change. But this is the end of game day 2 here for Russia and Iceland. The Russians walking away with a very impressive win. Coach Lukic, the perfect game plan here in St. Petersburg. At the final buzzer, Russia 89, Iceland 65. Thank you so much for joining me. The World Cup qualifiers continue with the second window starting up in February.
Greg, few words about the game.
Yeah, we didn't get the desired start to the game we wanted. 10 turnovers in the first quarter is far too many. They were very aggressive in the passing lanes, and our passing wasn't sharp enough to start the game. You know, they played very well and dominant today, but very happy that we continued to fight and had a